Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Megan and today I am bringing you the books that I read in November and December. 2-month wrap-up. Wrapping up the last 2 months of the year, which are far gone now. Very far gone actually, but we are going to wrap them up now. Last year I did monthly wrap-ups and those were okay, but they're just a little bit tedious to try and do them every month at the beginning of every month, and trying not to forget to do them and trying to get it up at like the very beginning of the month every month is just, I'm not good at that. So I'm going to be doing from now on, for now anyway, until I change my mind, I'm going to do bi-monthly wrap-ups. Today we are going to talk about the books that I read in November and December. Now, they weren't my greatest reading months. November, let's start with November. November 2017 was not a very good reading month. I read only one book in November, and that is because I was participating in NaNoWriMo and didn't do any reading because I was trying to do writing. I didn't do enough writing either, but I only read one book, and that was Warcross by Marie Lu. Hello, cat. And Warcross is basically about a bounty hunter who ends up wrapped up in this virtual reality game tournament, and it's pretty cool. I love the setting. I love virtual reality and futuristic setting, which I gave a 4.5 out of 5 stars, and originally on Goodreads I bumped it up to a 5, but I've now bumped it down to a 4. I loved the setting and stuff like that, but that's mostly what I loved. I wouldn't say I liked the main character all that much or anything else that much. I mean, I enjoyed it a lot, but I didn't really love it enough for it to deserve 5 stars from me. But it was a very good book. It was a good book. I liked it. In retrospect, I didn't like it as much as I wanted to maybe, but I did really enjoy it. So I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Now on to December, which was a much better reading month. I read 5 books in December, mostly thanks to readathons. 2 different readathons. There was the 24-hour readathon by Zoe that was on December, I want to say December 9th. On December 9th was Readathon by Zoe Holiday Edition, which I did a vlog for, which I will maybe link somewhere. You could watch that video. I will link it somewhere. For that, I think I started maybe a few books. I'm pretty sure I only finished one book, though. I only finished one book, and that was A Shadow Bright and Burning by Jessica Cluesque, which is sort of, the way I would describe it is an alternate history fantasy book. It takes place in like Victorian England, but there are sorcerers and magicians and witches, and basically it is said that a girl sorcerer will save them all from these basically horror terrors that are plaguing them. Basically there are no girl sorcerers, only men are sorcerers, whereas women are not, because patriarchy, I guess. The main character is believed to be this sorcerer girl, but maybe she isn't. And it was a really good book. I really loved this one a lot. I gave it 5 stars because I loved it. I loved it. And I'm really excited to read the next one. I'm just waiting for it on hold at the library. I'm pretty sure this book was included in my top 10 of 2017 even, because I really enjoyed it and would highly recommend it to you if you enjoy magic in Victorian England. Yeah. And then I did a readathon, Reader's Crossing, which I do have a vlog for that I have not edited it, and I don't know if I will ever get around to doing that, but if I do, that should be up soon, or now, or something. If it is up, I will link it somewhere. If it is not up, I will not. I did start a couple of books during then that I didn't finish, such as The Collar by Juliette Merlier and something else. I don't even remember right now, but the first book that I finished was Illuminae by Jake Kristoff and Amy Kaufman, which I also gave 5 stars. I really enjoyed this book. The only thing I didn't enjoy was maybe the ending. Not because I didn't enjoy it, but just because I wasn't a huge fan of the ending. But basically, Illuminae is a book that is told through like records and recordings and documents and things like that, and and messages, and it follows two teenagers after they escape the invasion of their home planet. So it's a sci-fi book. It was just really good. Like the first 25% I would say were just kind of like, and then at some point the bass dropped and everything got good. And I really enjoyed it. And yes, and I'm really excited to also read this second book to this, which is also I'm waiting for from the library. Waiting. Fun. Also, I think on my top 10 of 2017. So was the next one, I believe it was. I'm pretty sure it was. I'm like solidly sure. And that was LMNOP by Mark Dunn, which I also gave 5 stars. And this is, oh my god, I can't say the word. I can picture it in my head, but I don't know how to say it or spell it for that matter. I want to say epistolary. A book told through letters, and that very much sums up this book. Basically, this book focuses on this little island nation that is next door to America, obviously fictional, and it is the birthplace of the fictional guy who came up with the phrase, "The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog." And they have basically kind of devoted themselves to this guy. They have a statue of him in their town square with the phrase, "The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog," and letters from that start falling off, and the government of this small island starts outlawing those letters. Yes, that is correct. It's a little silly. I admit that, but I really enjoyed it. I just really enjoyed it. It was kind of cute. It was a pretty quick read, especially because letters got shorter and shorter as, you know, letters were outlawed. And it was a pretty cute book, and I would highly recommend it if you like letters and vocabulary and the English language is how I would recommend it. If you enjoy the English language, read this book. The next book I read was, I think, one of the first times I've ever read anything that could be considered a short story collection, and it was only 3 short stories, and that was Let It Snow by John Green, Lauren Miracle, and Maureen Johnson, which I gave a 3 stars. And it was 3 short holiday romances in a snowy town in North Carolina, and they're all kind of interconnected. First story, which is by Maureen Johnson, was by far my favorite in this collection. John Green's was okay. Lauren Miracle's was kind of weird, but I definitely liked the first one the best, and I gave this 3 stars. It was kind of shallow, and also they definitely had that, oh no, not girly girls, not cheerleaders, ew, cheerleaders, oh no, ew, I hate cheerleaders kind of vibe to it, which I'm not a huge fan of. Maybe that was a big thing in 2008, hating cheerleaders. And the last book that I read in December, it wasn't really a book. It was a single poem by Edgar Allan Poe, Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven, which I gave 4 stars. It was a poem. I'm not super into poetry. I feel like if I gave it more of a chance, I would like it, but because I was desperate to have read more books this last year, because I read only 44, or did I get up to 45? I think 44 books last year, which I was aiming for 50. I was aiming for 50. So that completes all the books that I read in December and November. I will be doing a 2018 TBR. Feel free to tell me down below what you read in November and December and what you enjoyed. What was your favorite book in November and December of 2017? Tell me down below in the comment section, and maybe I will pull myself together and reply to you if I have the strength and am not having a social panic attack. Okay, so that completes this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye!